Good morning, beautiful people, and happy Sunday. Y'all know I'm in my office. I just left the beauty supply store. And I seen this video yesterday, and the topic of the video really is not that important. It was the delivery that kind of struck me, so I wanted to speak on it. I'm gonna address this to black women because I am a black woman. I can't really speak for other races. But black girls, let's normalize correcting each other in love. Let's normalize talking to each other from a place of non-judgment or harshness. I see so many videos of young women trying to make a point, and their point may be valid, but it feels like you're in trouble, you know? And I understand totally being passionate about what it is that you're speaking on, or being passionate about how you feel, but it's just, there's a way. I just feel like, and I've said this before, like, we are literally the most hated, disrespected, and degraded group, period, of women, of human beings, whatever, right? And so I just feel like if we all as a collective know that, and we all collectively know each other's struggles, I feel like the least that we can do is be more loving to each other. You know, it took me years to get out of a place of, okay, when I walk in a room of my own, feeling uncomfortable, or feeling like I'm being judged, or I'm being made fun of. Whereas when you walk in a room and you see another sister that looks like you should feel comfortable. You should be like, hey sis, I see you. You know, it's crazy. Like, it's gotten better, but I think a lot of that also for myself, at least from my experiences, just from what I put out. But I can remember a time where, like, we would just walk past each other, we wouldn't even smile. Like, smile at your sister. Like, you don't know what she's going through, and even if she's not going through nothing, even if everything is sunshine and rainbows, it's not gonna kill you to smile. You know, the video pretty much, I guess I'll get into it. So the video pretty much was this young lady, and she was talking about how, like, oh, a lot of y'all's mamas was side bitches and it shows, and, you know, just, like, let me say this. I just don't agree with us shaming each other, chastising each other, and doing it in such an aggressive and harsh and almost like borderline abusive manner, and calling it being real. That's not being real. That's being a bully. Like, why are you bullying your own sister? If you're seeing that behavior, let's say it's somebody around you that you know and you truly care about. If you're seeing that behavior, speak into her. You know, like, shaming her is not gonna make her be like, oh yeah, you know what? Well, such and such said my mama was a side hoe, so that's why I act like that, so let me do better. No, that doesn't make anybody want to do better. A lot of the time, it just puts people on the defense. I feel like, number one, if you want to, and it's going to sound super cliche, but if you want to see a change, you have to be the change. But I think that also isn't how you carry yourself. It's a lot of pretty girls out here that are just flat out mean girls. Like, they get a little nip here, or a little tuck there, or some fillers, or, you know, they're just always used to being the first choice. And so they take that and they look down their nose, and they're just evil to people. And I just don't understand it. Like, at the end of the day, your life can change in a split second. You may be the most beautiful person in the world, and then, you know, get shot in the face, or a dog maimed you, or some shit. I'm not wishing nothing on nobody. That's not my point. What I'm just saying is that, you know, I see a lot of women, you look at these women empowerment groups. So they literally charge you to sit up there and listen to them talk about themselves. And at no point in those conversations is there anything that is inspiring to you, or they're not giving you no game. You done pay $1,200 to eat some food, drink a little champagne, and listen to some influencers talk about themselves. I just think that in the world that we live in, the world that we've been living in, you know, what we're seeing on Instagram, the way we're seeing our own men talk about us, the way we're seeing just everything. Like, you know, I don't know if y'all seen that challenge where on TikTok, where it was like, you know, hey, black girl, if you're seeing this, like, I fucks with you, or like, follow me and I'll follow you back, or, you know, like, black girls, jump on this thread and let's all follow and support each other. And then there were clear women that were upset about it and tried to start their own trend. And we're saying that the trend was racist because we were showing love to each other. And I thought the trend was dope, but I think it'd be even doper if we spent if we put that same energy into being that outside. When you see your sister, smile at your sister. If you see somebody like with their kids and sisters struggling a little bit, you ain't gotta intrude, but just smile and just be like, oh girl, I understand. Like, you know, can I help you with something? When you see your sister, tell your sister she's beautiful. If you see somebody kind of spiraling out of control, make sure that you let them know that you love them. A lot of people already know how chaotic their world is. They don't need you coming in, making them feel even more like shit about it. You know what I mean? And then it's like that whole situation of like what old girl was saying, like, oh yeah, like, of course y'all think certain things is okay because you was your daddy's side chick. Like, people can't control how they got here. You know, like, yeah, I was blessed to grow up with my dad. I had my uncles, I had my grandfathers, I had a great group of men. But I don't feel like I'm any better than someone because they didn't have their fathers in the picture. That has nothing to do with them. That's not their fault. How are you less than because someone decided to not take care of their responsibility? That's not fair. And for me, one of the things that I try to do myself is, like, if I run into a client or a homegirl or what have you, and there's some game that my dad gave me that they may not have gotten because they didn't have any, like, you know, upstanding male figures around them, I'm gonna pass that game on, just like my dad used to do when I was a kid. My dad didn't keep the parenting strictly to me. My dad was really like the neighborhood dad. Like, all of my friends, even to this day, they know how to find my dad. They know how to get in contact with my dad if something is wrong. You know, like, let's stop doing that to each other. It's not cute. Like, and then on top of that, as much as some people try to be like pick-me's for male attention, which is a whole nother conversation within itself, but as much as, like, there's women out here that try to be pick-me's for male attention, it's like, these men don't respect you bashing other women. They may jump in your comments and be like, oh yeah, like, yep, you saying something with that. Oh yeah, like, yep, all y'all need to tag y'all homegirls, whatever. But they're only doing that because they, you know, so half the time it's just somebody attracted to you, or it enables their own delusion or negative or destructive activity or mindset. But ain't no men out here respecting a woman that's shaming other women. And not everybody, I feel like a lot of us grow up in these environments where we're literally raised in aggression. And so people feel like, oh, that's the only way they're going to get it is if I talk to them like that. It's like, nah, y'all know, like, it's so sad. I was telling one of my clients the other day, like, I had a client, and when she came to me, she had literally just got out the pen. And I remember her telling me, like, I don't understand why you're so nice to me. And I'm like, why wouldn't I be nice to you? Because everybody else around her was just harsh and mean. And she grew up in that. And it was normal to her. And it's like, let's sit down really as women and think about the fact that, like, there's some of us in the world that literally grew up in chaos. We grew up in a constant state of anxiety and survival mode and protection. You know, like, and I just feel like if you know that and that's familiar to you, and then someone came and showed you, hey, you don't have to be like that. Hey, you don't have to be so hard, but doing it in a way that's not shaming. Just say, hey, like, for instance, when I have certain clients and we have these type of conversations, I always say, women are like flowers. Your job is to just sit there and just be beautiful. You don't have to be hard. Life is hard enough. You don't have to be hard with it. You know, like, I'm going to say this. For every woman, because, you know, like I said, I'm going to say black woman because I'm a black woman, but anybody could be watching this video. So for any woman that is watching this under the sound of my voice, I pray a group of support and friendship and sisterhood over you to where you realize that you don't have to, you're not alone in any of this. The world is not against you. Even if it is, baby, the world is not against you, because you have the full armor of who you belong to and who created you on you. You are beautiful. You are more than enough. Life is hard, yes, and I'm sorry that it has been for you, but you don't have to be hard with it. You don't gotta match life's energy. I pray a partner on you that allows you to rest in your femininity, so that you don't have to do so much. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to kill yourself to just even feel like you're wanted or enough. I don't know who this message is for, but if it is for you, I pray that this message gave you everything that you needed and that your cup is full this morning. Have a beautiful day.